where superior machinery power, cutting-edge technology, and practical industrial work converge. Sign up now to discover more about powerful equipment, cutting-edge woodworking processes, and amazing machines. This self-feeding wood processor takes a smarter approach to safety and output. The feed tube keeps the operator farther from the cutting zone, while the machine handles the material in a more controlled way. There may still be feeding issues to solve, but the idea has real promise. For fuel production, wood gas systems, or small engine applications, this kind of design could become a very useful tool with the right refinements. The C480 is built for serious wood processing operations, and it shows from the first cut. This is not a small backyard tool trying to keep up. It is a full-scale machine designed for speed, accuracy, and constant production. Whether the job involves smaller logs or thick, stubborn timber, it handles each piece with steady confidence. The combination of cutting, splitting, and automated stacking turns raw wood into organized firewood with impressive efficiency. For large operations, that kind of workflow is not just useful. It is the difference between slow labor and real production. The Gandini Forest Cut 48 turns heavy firewood work into a controlled process. Designed to handle logs up to 48 centimeters, it uses conveyor-fed precision to cut quickly and cleanly. The result is less wasted time, less wasted energy, and a much smoother workflow. For professional wood processing, that kind of efficiency is exactly what operators look for. Now bring 3 Pezolato TLA machines into perfect rhythm, and the result is a firewood system with serious output. Each machine drives a massive blade through thick logs, sends the sections straight into the splitter, and keeps the process moving without hesitation. When machines like this are working together, the volume becomes almost hard to believe. Clean cuts, consistent splitting, A tractor-driven splitter brings a different kind of strength to the firewood yard. The Krupon CV18 uses the tractor's PTO power to deliver 18 tons of splitting force, taking difficult logs and breaking them down with direct, controlled pressure. Vertical, efficient, and built for steady production, this machine shows why tractor-mounted equipment remains so valuable in forestry and firewood work. When you already have the power source, This homemade wood chipper is pure workshop intelligence. Built from a combine harvester disc, it takes discarded parts and turns them into a working machine with real purpose. Branches go in, fine chips come out, and the entire setup proves that innovation does not always need a polished factory finish. Sometimes the strongest ideas come from people who understand scrap metal, rotating force, and the value of building exactly what they need. Then comes a homemade cone splitter powered by a repurposed engine and a lot of practical grit. The design is simple, but the result is brutal. As the cone bites into the log, torque does the work, pulling the wood apart with each rotation. There are no unnecessary features, no complicated systems, just raw mechanical force turned into clean firewood. It is rough, direct, and effective. Another homemade chipper proves that old equipment can still have a second life. Built from an old chaff cutter, this setup keeps things simple. No oversized engine, no unnecessary cost. Just smart mechanical design doing honest work. It turns branches and yard waste into clean mulch, showing that a practical machine does not need to be expensive to be useful. This semi-manual log splitter brings speed and control into one compact system. Powered by a small engine and a heavy flywheel, it stores energy and delivers it exactly where needed. Set the stop, push the lever, and the log splits cleanly without hours of axe work. It is not just about power. It is about repeatable cuts, reduced effort, and a better way to process firewood. The 50-ton Pezolato splitter is in another league. It does not simply split wood. It drives through massive hardwood with industrial authority. The feeding system keeps the material moving, while the built-in splitter maintains continuous production. Large logs that would slow down smaller machines are processed with clean, controlled force. For anyone who respects raw timber power, this is the kind of machine that deserves attention. And steady production make this setup look less like a small wood yard and more like an industrial firewood plant. This is the kind of power that can supply heat, fuel, and industry at scale. The Multitech 3040 XP2 is made for big timber, and Western Jarrah in Australia is exactly the kind of hardwood that proves it. Dense grain, heavy weight, and tough structure are not easy to process. But this machine answers with a huge circular saw and a live deck built to manage serious logs. Instead of relying on manual handling, the system supports and moves the timber with controlled precision. That means safer operation, smoother workflow. If you love our channel, its superior power, and its exciting footage, please support us by subscribing and liking. This will help us continue bringing you more cutting-edge technology and amazing videos every day. And cleaner cuts through some of the hardest wood on the job site. Every successful sawmill depends on reliable machinery, but homemade sawmills carry something different. They carry the builder's thinking, patience, and problem-solving in every part. A good homemade mill is not just welded steel and spinning blades. It is a practical answer to a real need. When built correctly, it turns rough timber into usable lumber with surprising accuracy. It is the kind of machine that proves creativity and hard work can stand beside factory-built equipment. An excavator-mounted log splitter removes much of the physical labor from the job entirely. Attach the tool, position the log, and let hydraulic pressure do the work. Thick timber breaks apart with crushing force, turning difficult rounds into usable firewood quickly. For larger jobs, this kind of attachment makes sense. It uses the machine already on site and turns it into a serious wood processing system. Not every machine has to be loud or dramatic to prove itself. This hydraulic wood splitter works with quiet confidence. Each stroke is steady, deliberate, and unforgiving. It may not be the fastest machine in the yard, but reliability has its own value. When tough logs need to be split again and again without complaint, controlled hydraulic force is hard to beat. This Polish-built chipper looks ready for serious use. Its dual-shaft design helps feed and control the wood more effectively, reducing the chance of jams. With 6 knives spinning at high speed, it produces chips quickly and consistently. It is compact, practical, and clearly built for people who need a dependable machine rather than a showpiece. If you enjoy watching powerful and perfect machines, remember to subscribe to the channel. We bring you the most impressive and amazing technologies from around the world. A homemade electric log splitter brings precision into a smaller package. Compact, efficient, and easier to manage, it turns electrical power into direct splitting force. Reverse motor control adds a useful safety advantage, but the build still demands attention. Any spinning tool needs secure parts and careful operation. When it is set up properly, though, it becomes a smart workshop solution for steady firewood production. The Gens ASIM 1000 is built like a business tool, not a hobby machine. With a powerful engine, hydraulic feeding, and the ability to process large timber at serious volume, it is designed for commercial output. Logs that would challenge smaller chippers disappear quickly. Its mobility adds another advantage, letting operators bring processing power directly to the work site. This is not just a chipper, it is production on wheels. The dual-action splitter pushes productivity even further. With a double wedge system, it attacks large logs from both sides and increases output compared with traditional designs. Massive rounds are split with speed, accuracy, and relentless pressure. It is the kind of machine that takes a slow job and turns it into an organized production line. Then there are Eve and Holly, two Brabant mares proving that horsepower does not always come from an engine. On a freezing winter day, they pull a heavy log truck through the snow with calm strength and perfect teamwork. It is a different kind of power, but it is no less impressive. Grace, balance, and muscle all working together. When it comes to homemade machines, a semi-automatic wood splitter stands out because of its practical design. It does not need flashy technology to be effective. The strength is in the function. Piece by piece, the builder has created a machine that solves a real problem. Once it starts working, the value becomes obvious. It saves labor, increases speed, and delivers consistent results. For anyone who still splits firewood by hand, the chain and bungee method is a clever upgrade. The chain keeps the log controlled, while the bungee helps maintain tension and reduce wasted movement. It is simple, inexpensive, and effective. Not every improvement needs an engine. Sometimes the best solution is just a smarter way to use force. The Lankman ST21C combines splitting power with operator convenience. 21 tons of force already makes it capable, but the added radio-controlled winch and log lifter make the real difference. Heavy logs become easier to position, and the operator can work with less strain. That is what modern firewood equipment should do: increase power, improve safety, and make the entire job more efficient. If you love our channel, its superior power, and its exciting footage, please support us by subscribing and liking. This will help us continue bringing you more cutting-edge technology and amazing videos every day. This old belt-driven saw may rattle, hum, and look like it belongs to another era, but it still works hard. There are no digital screens, no sensors, and no modern polish. Just belts, pulleys, steel, and cutting force. Machines that survive this long are not simply old. They are proof of solid engineering. If it still cuts clean after years of work, it has earned its place. Another homemade powerhouse turns logs into clean billets in seconds. A heavy spinning wheel and hammer-style mechanism deliver repeated impact, while the conveyor clears the finished wood away. The workflow is simple but effective. Split, move, repeat. For high-speed firewood processing, that kind of rhythm matters. This mechanical splitter is built around rugged simplicity. Instead of hydraulics, it relies on torque, timing, and impact. The mechanism drives down with piston-like force, crushing through difficult rounds and knotty hardwood without overcomplication. It is backyard engineering, but not backyard weakness. The design is raw, clever, and clearly made for work. Some machines look old school until they start moving. This homemade splitter is fast, steady, and surprisingly effective. Logs go in, split wood comes out, and the process keeps moving with pure mechanical timing. Add an automatic feed system, and this setup could become even more productive. It is a strong example of how simple machines can still compete when the design is right. Firewood cutting used to mean hours of lifting, stacking, and repeated chainsaw cuts. A dual-rail log holder changes that process completely. Load several pieces at once, hold them steady, and cut through them quickly with a chainsaw. No rolling logs, less strain, and much faster results. It is a simple idea, but for anyone preparing large amounts of firewood, it saves serious time. The Jensen H40 mechanical log splitter shows how power and precision can work together. It does not just break wood apart, it drives through it with smooth, confident force. But power like this demands respect. The same speed that makes it efficient also means the operator must stay focused. A strong machine is only useful when it is handled properly. If you love technology, incredible power, and amazing footage, please support the channel by subscribing and liking. This will help us continue bringing you more amazing machine videos every day. Seeing younger family members involved in woodcutting can be impressive, especially when the work is passed down from an older generation. It is a reminder that these skills are often learned through experience, not just instruction. But machines like vertical cutters still demand real caution. Safety mechanisms help, but they do not replace focus. Powerful cutting tools can make work easier, but they must always be treated with respect.